Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
It was
frightening.
It was very frightening. Yeah, it was.
But we're okay.
We're okay.
Terror at an Independence Day parade near Chicago. A gunman opens fire, killing at least 6 people. Tonight, the gunman is still at large. Police asking everyone in the area to shelter in place. And a woman shot and killed at a house party becomes Hartford's latest homicide victim. Tonight, why neighbors say what happened here doesn't surprise them. And a community staple is destroyed during an early morning fire. We'll tell you why neighbors say it's a major loss for the community. Breaking news now at 5, at least 6 people are dead and 24 others are injured after a shooting at a 4th of July parade in a Chicago suburb. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sarah Sanchez. Terror at an Independence Day parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Tonight, police are still searching for the suspect. Authorities calling it an active incident. One woman says she sheltered inside a store with her daughter and is worried about a friend who was injured.
I remember hearing shootings and going like, and then reloading and then again, and people screaming and running. It was just really traumatizing and scary.
Police are asking everyone in the area to shelter in place while the manhunt for that shooter continues. Fox's Mike Tobin has the latest from Chicago.
A deadly day in Illinois as revelers gathered at a parade to celebrate the 4th of July.
On a day that we came together to celebrate community and freedom, we're instead mourning the tragic loss of life and struggling with the terror that was brought upon us.
Police say a gunman opened fire just before 10:15 local time after the parade got underway in Highland Park, a suburb of Chicago, sending families running for their lives.
It seemed like it was just fireworks. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not fireworks. That's when everybody was running inside, and then we started noticing how many people were bloody.
Multiple people are dead, and dozens more have been taken to the hospital, prompting a manhunt for the shooter.
The suspect is currently described as a male white, approximately 18 to 20 years old, with longer black hair, a small build. A firearm has been recovered from the scene.
The recovered firearm was a rifle. Police believe the shooter was firing from a rooftop. Hundreds of officers from multiple agencies, including the FBI, are feverishly working to find the suspect and to determine what happened. Shaken Highland Park parade goers say they will never be the same after witnessing the massacre.
You're not going to ever want to take your kids to a large gathering, and you're always going to be thinking at the happiest moment is that somebody's going to come and disrupt your happiness and terrorize you.
In the wake of the shooting, nearby communities are canceling their 4th of July celebrations. In Chicago, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
The White House is releasing a statement from President Biden saying in part, quote, "Jill and I are shocked by the senseless gun violence that has yet again brought grief to an American community on this Independence Day. I will monitor closely as we learn more about those whose lives have been lost and pray for those who are in the hospital with grievous injuries." And closer to home, Hartford just logged its 22nd homicide of the year. The latest victim, a woman who was shot and killed at a party just south of downtown. Fox 61's Matt Karen talked to neighbors who say they're fed up with the gun violence that's plaguing their streets.
Well, neighbors tell me the garage behind this multi-family home here on Schultes Place is often the scene of illegal house parties. House parties that Hartford police say are more common during the summer months, but often go unreported. 22-year-old Jayla Heaven. Police say she was caught in the crossfire.
We do believe that our homicide victim and our non-fatal victim were not intended targets.
Heaven of Hartford and another young man were shot following a fight at an illegally sanctioned denim and white party held here in back of this multi-family home on Schultes Place and promoted on social media. Just a night before, the scene of another large birthday party.
It was pretty chaotic when the officers got there. From what I understand, there were hundreds of people back there.
Trash and empty alcohol containers littered the ground, and detectives arrived with a search warrant to process evidence, placing an evidence marker next to a woman's shoe and flying a drone to survey the scene from above.
This is the reason why a lot of us are trying to get out of this area. I have younger siblings, they walk home from school every day, so a bullet doesn't have a name. You really got to be careful when you pull that trigger.
Neighbors told Fox 61, sadly, what happened here doesn't surprise them.
The guns got to stop. We need to stop the guns. If they doing crap.
He says the streets have changed.
When I was raising up, we had good. I was a little kid. We had an Italian parade, we had Puerto Rican, everybody was calm. And then they started with the drugs, with the violence.
And Hartford police say despite this shooting being witnessed by dozens of people, right now they have no suspects and have not made any arrests. They're urging people to reach out through their anonymous tip line at 860-722-TIPS. Reporting in Hartford, Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
The capital city loses a community staple in an early morning fire. The market has served people on Ashley Street for decades. Fox 61's Julie LeBlanc shares what happened and how the fire is impacting the neighborhood.
A community staple.
It's just too bad that this right here had to happen because it took away from the community.
Now destroyed by an early morning fire.
It was surprising to see it. You know what I'm saying? I just went to the store yesterday.
It's known as Sigourney Market, and it's been around for decades. Above, there are vacant apartments, but below is a grocery store nourishing the neighborhood.
We offer a little bit of everything. We have meats, grocery, frozen food, fresh produce, candy, whatever you can think of.
Hartford firefighters got the call around 3 a.m., but they responded to the scene within 4 minutes. But it was those hot spots coming out of the structure that kept them here for hours, trying to put them out.
It was a really stubborn fire due to the fact that it had a metal roof, and the metal roof kind of holds a lot of hot spots.
It sent 2 firefighters to the hospital with minor injuries, but they're expected to be okay. The commotion waking neighbors up since the smoke could be seen and smelled for miles throughout the capital city.
It's a sad and happy feeling because as soon as I walked in, everybody's like telling me that they're sorry, but it shows that everybody in the community cares because not that many people are fortunate enough to be able to go to different places and buy things.
This was the place, and though it may be the end of the building, it might not be the end for this family-owned market.
It's a closed door, but you know what they say, a closed door opens a new one down the line.
In Hartford, Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
Switch gears now and talk about the weather out there and just how lovely it was. Taking a live look now. This week starts off with sunshine, low humidity. If you had the day off, I hope you really enjoyed it because it was just spectacular. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank here joining us now. And you were telling us that, right? That it was like 4th of July is going to be perfect.
And even tomorrow we bring back the chance for a shower after we go back to work. So I mean we're at work, but for people,
most of you.
So if you are working today, we understand. But for people that have the day off, it's working out great for you. Let's talk about your fireworks forecast for tonight because a lot of people are going to be heading out to displays. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s. It will be both warm and dry with low humidity overall. You can't get much better than this. Sometimes for summer, you worry about high humidity because that can put a little haze in the sky. You can also get fog that can develop sometimes when you have a lot of humidity. So these really are perfect conditions. Right now in Groton, my goodness, at the Yukon Avery Point Cam, don't you just want to be out on one of those for today? I do want to be out on those every day, but it is especially beautiful today. 77 degrees in Groton, 85 in Hartford, and 82 the current temperature for the New Haven area. We are dry here close to home, so no concerns for tonight. Again, 9 o'clock, we're in the mid-70s around the time a lot of those displays are kicking off. And we'll see overnight lows dipping back into the 60s, and I think it'll be nice and comfortable as you're waking up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, starting the day off with partly cloudy skies. We're cloudy by lunchtime, and then we'll see a chance for a shower as we head through the afternoon, and a better chance for more numerous showers later in the day and especially at night. After that, it will start to turn less humid for your Wednesday. Your full forecast will take a look coming up in just a few minutes. Sarah?
Thank you, Rachel. Beautiful weather coupled with the 4th of July holiday makes for packed state parks today. Several closed early after quickly reaching capacity. Fox 61's Angela Bavaro visited Hammonasset Beach this morning to see how people are celebrating.
The 4th of July, of course, all about the red, white, and the blue. But today we are focusing on the blue because take this in. Clear blue skies over Hammonasset right now, a picture-perfect holiday here at the beach. Big crowds definitely taking advantage of this beach weather. Exhibit A right here. Check this out. This was the long line of cars that formed early here at the state park well before opening time. People not taking any chances on a stunner of a day like today, and the wait was definitely worth it. once those folks got onto the beach.
Got him about 4 o'clock in the morning and was on the road by 5. Got here, we pushed all the kids to run and get a spot, come down here and set up food, drinks, water. I'm ready to get this tan going, keep this tan popping, and, you know, just sit out here and enjoy the day. It's beautiful.
We bless the Lord that we are able to come together and be able to be with everybody, and that, you know, we have a military that gave us the opportunity to be able to do that.
The big piece of advice for anybody planning to visit a state park on a holiday or a nice weekend this summer is to get here early. State parks, they can reach capacity, and that usually happens early on these holidays. And when that does happen, people do get turned away. And for those up-to-date notifications about which state parks have reached capacity, you can follow @CT State Parks on Twitter. Again, that handle is @CT State Parks. All right, I'm gonna go work on my tan, try to find a bathing suit. We are reporting here at Hammonasset. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61 News.
Tough assignment for Angelo today. Well, it's been a busy holiday weekend for state police. As of this morning, state police have responded to more than 5,000 calls. 254 of those have been crashes, 2 of which were fatal. 45 people have been arrested for driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. 211 tickets were given out for speeding. New Haven police are investigating a shooting that left a young child injured. It happened on Judith Terrace shortly after 11 p.m. Saturday. Police say a 26-year-old man was shot and a 5-year-old child was grazed by a bullet in the lower leg. The man's in critical condition and the child is expected to be okay. No word on any suspects or arrests. And 3 teens are facing charges in Waterbury after running from police. Investigators say this all started Saturday night on Alma Street when officers responded to calls of shots fired. Turns out there was a large fight involving the teens and some people who lived in a home there. A shot was fired at the home, but no one was injured. Police say the teens drove off in a stolen car, which was then spotted a short time later in the area of Colonial Avenue. Police say eventually the driver lost control on Robin Street and crashed. All 3 teens inside that vehicle were taken into custody, and they're facing several charges, including assault.